I want to start with a question. Have you ever felt like life just keeps piling on? Like you're standing in the middle of a storm, and no matter how much you try to move forward, the wind keeps pushing you back. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. We've all had moments where life feels unbearably heavy. Maybe it's the loss of a loved one, a career setback, a broken relationship, or even just the accumulation of daily struggles. These moments test us, don't they? They push us to our limits. They make us question our strength. But let me tell you something. Resilience isn't about avoiding storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Let me share a story with you. It's about a man named Chris Nikic, who was born with Down syndrome. From the beginning, the odds were stacked against him. Doctors told his parents that Chris might never be able to ride a bike, tie his shoes, or live independently. Can you imagine hearing that about your own future or your child's? But Chris had something inside him, this fire, this resilience. Instead of giving up, he set a goal to become the first person with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman triathlon. Let me put that in perspective. An Ironman consists of a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon, all in under 17 hours. Most of us would struggle with just one of those challenges, but Chris didn't back down. He trained day after day, falling more times than he could count. But every time he fell, he got back up. And in 2020, Chris Nikic crossed that finish line, becoming the first person with Down syndrome to achieve something the world said he never could. When asked how he did it, he said, "I just got 1% better every day." Think about that. 1% better every day. That's resilience. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's incredible, but I'm not training for an Ironman. My challenges are different. And you're right, they are. Your storms may not look like Chris's, but they're just as real. Maybe you're rebuilding your life after a divorce. Maybe you've been passed over for a promotion and feel stuck. Maybe you've lost someone you love and can't see how you'll move forward. Let me share another story. This one about J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before she became one of the richest women in the world, she was a struggling single mother on welfare. She wrote her first book while battling depression and living in poverty. Publisher after publisher rejected her manuscript. Imagine pouring your heart into something only to be told it's not good enough, again and again. But she didn't quit. She kept going. And on her 13th submission, a small publishing house finally gave her a chance. That one yes changed her life, and millions of others. So what's the common thread between Chris Nikic, J.K. Rowling, and you? It's not talent or resources, it's resilience. It's the refusal to give up, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Resilience isn't about having all the answers. It's about taking the next step, no matter how small. It's about believing that your story isn't over, even when life tells you otherwise. And here's the good news. Resilience is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So how do you build resilience? Focus on what you can control. In every situation, there are things you can't change, but there are also things you can. Start there. Find your why. What's the reason you get out of bed every morning? Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's a dream you refuse to let go of. Hold on to that. Surround yourself with support. You don't have to go through tough times alone. Lean on the people who lift you up and remind you of your strength. Celebrate small wins. Remember Chris Nikic? He didn't focus on finishing an Ironman overnight. He focused on getting 1% better every day. Let me leave you with one final thought. You've already survived every tough day you've ever had. Think about that. You're still here. You're still standing. That means you're stronger than you realize. The storms in your life don't define you. What defines you is how you rise after the storm has passed. And I know this, You have the strength, the courage, and the resilience to not only survive, but thrive. So today, I challenge you. Take one step forward. Just one, no matter how small it feels. Because resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about refusing to stay broken.